Imagine if you could go on a holiday every single day. A place where no worries about the economy, work, relationships, all your concerns and anxiety and stress just melts away. And what if I told you that this place already exists at your home? In this video, I'll share with you how I created a sanctuary at my own place so you can replicate what I did for yourself. Welcome, I'm Jay Martinoff, and this channel is about thriving as we age, staying active, live well, and enjoy life. My story with creating peaceful spaces at home starts a few years back. Strangely enough, it had nothing to do with homes, but it was something to do with a common friend that I had in a group of friends. What we noticed with this guy, he was struggling to meet new people, especially women, and he was getting rejected quite a lot. We tried everything, being a wingman, encouraging him to talk to certain people, and that didn't get him anywhere. But one thing I noticed about this common friend of ours, that his clothes could have done a little bit better. For instance, he was wearing wrinkly shirts, or they were a bit baggy, or it was a color mismatch, or he was wearing sandals. And that first impression really mattered in those situations. When I asked someone about maybe fixing that, I was told that it's not just the clothes that he's wearing, it's a representation of how he feels on the inside. And at that moment, something clicked for me. You know how you dress your best when you go for an interview wearing a suit and tie, and just seeing yourself in a mirror makes you feel more professional, better spoken, and a bit more serious. The clothes that we're wearing is a representation how we feel, but equally what you're wearing can start affecting your inner world. And in the same way, your house is an external version of you, and the way you feel quite often represents itself in a mess and unkept things in the house. But by changing your environment, you can also change the way you feel. I wasn't going through the best part of my life at the time. My work was quite stressful, my relationships didn't work out, and I started changing my home gradually by introducing those peaceful elements, creating a sanctuary where I could come back home from a stressful day and just relax. Every component matters, and what I learned through this experience is that once you complete the foundational block of creating a home sanctuary, not only are you going to feel better, but you can also withstand stress and awkwardness and anxiety in the outer world by coming back home and recharging your batteries. Each one of those components is important, and I would like you to watch the whole video and see which ones of those are missing in your life right now, and the ones you can implement. I will also share with you some guidance on how to implement the system, not just having those components in your mind. Let's start with foundations. When you're looking for a place to rent, share, or maybe buy, it's important that you have natural views outside of your windows. Stuff like trees, the sky, or maybe if you're lucky enough, an ocean, can have a calm and positive effect on our mind. And that makes total sense, because ultimately we came from savannas and mountains and trees and forests, and this is our natural habitat. Whenever we see something like this, it reminds us of a place that we came from. We didn't evolve in a concrete jungle of the cities. This is just something that became convenient to live in after the beginning of the industrial age. Now, if you don't have an ability to live in a place with natural views, there are some other tricks you can use to your advantage, like using indoor plants or maybe some paintings, and I'll talk about those further down in this video. There have been a lot of research done with color psychology, and we know that certain colors reduce emotional states. For instance, the reason why you see warning signs painted in red and yellow normally because it's a call for attention. Similarly, we can use colors and tones to induce certain emotional states at our places. Studies have shown that blue color is linked to the feeling of tranquility and calm, probably because of its association with the sky and the ocean. Similarly, green color is linked to the same feelings. It makes sense. If we are in a familiar environment of trees and nature, and that's where we came from, it puts us at ease. For that reason, you want to avoid really bright colors like orange, vivid yellow, or red, because they are associated with action. Then one study, researchers found out that using red colors can induce stress in people. There is still use for the bright colors in your house, but you want to avoid them in the places where you have a calm and peaceful state, like your bedroom, for example. Now, the color psychology can be a little bit complicated, and we're not marketing researchers. So I go with the easy method. I'll just look what you can see in the nature. Normally, the blue ocean is associated with the sand, so if I'm going for a blue color, I'll have a beige or maybe wood color associated with it. Similarly, with green, black or brown works really well. Before I figured out this next part, my house looked like a collection of furniture I bought from a yard sale or picked it from the side of the road. I want to talk about the style a little bit. There are different designs out there, and my personal preference are Scandinavian, coastal or industrial style. And it really depends on your own preferences. In the beginning, even when I chose a particular style, I struggled with creating a cohesive look. What really helped me is looking at the furniture shop websites. IKEA will give you plenty of different options how you can use their furniture. And if for whatever reason you don't want to buy from them, if it's too expensive or maybe they cannot deliver to your location, you can just use the look and then buy your own pieces and put it together. When you're choosing furniture for your house, there are a couple of things that you need to be paying attention to. The color scheme that we already talked about, but also I suggest you don't go for too many really dark furniture pieces for your place. First, it will make your place look a bit small. And secondly, it will also make your place look a little bit grim. You want to have a few bright pieces to brighten up your mood so you feel a bit more euphoric and happy. Also, don't buy furniture that's too big for your place. We want to create space in a literal sense. The more space you have at your place is better. Now, with all this furniture that you bought, you need to figure out where to put it in your house. And there are a couple of rules about that. First, you can buy different style furniture. It's Scandinavian and industrial, but you cannot mix them in the same area. You can put your industrial style furniture in your study corner or your study room, but for your bedroom, you should not have any industrial pieces because it will just look out of place. Second, avoid dead spaces. For a long time, I didn't realize that the table in the middle of my room was actually blocking the view and making the place look smaller. When I figured out that you can push it to the side and out of view, it made all the difference with the existing space. You can also choose foldable furniture to create that space. Now I want to talk about something important to us guys in particular, your gym equipment. While I have my gym subscription, I also have some gym equipment at home. You can still do it even if you live in a small apartment. For a bench press, I have a foldable bench that I can hide in my laundry. I also have a pair of adjustable dumbbells that only take a little bit of space in my shoe area. Moving on to the next, you have to make your place yours. How do you do it? Whenever I go on a trip, I'll bring some souvenirs, and what they serve as is an anchor of the memories that I have, or maybe a conversation starter when your friends come around and look at your house. You can also showcase your hobbies. If you're into movies or bands, a signed poster on a wall will do it for you, or maybe using a pair of boxing gloves or a vintage camera sitting on a shelf like I have in my place. Moving to the next, I already mentioned how colors can induce certain states because they are linked to nature. Equally, you can bring nature home. Houseplants are amazing. They can serve a lot of purposes, from decorating your place and make it more livable to actually freshen up the air. If you put certain plants in your bedroom, like the snake plant, it can release oxygen at night when you need it. You can also choose wall art with photos of the ocean, or even abstract art that combines colors of the ocean will have a similar effect and also decorate your house. There's nothing worse than empty walls in your place, especially if you're renting, and there are a few tricks you can do with this. If you live in a rental, you can use movie mounting kits that you can buy in a supermarket, or also try to use one of those little plastic hooks with 3 pins that can be easily removed if you need to move to another place. By choosing the right place, color scheme, furniture, and personal touches, you created a strong foundation for your personal sanctuary. Now you have to move on to creating the right ambience, and you do it by using the light and sound. Early in the morning, you want to open your windows and let as much sunlight as possible. And equally in the evening, you want to switch off your main lights and turn on your night lights, that'll help you to calm down and get ready for sleep. Do not use alarm clocks that sound like air-based siren. You have a couple of options. In the recent release, Apple introduced a few alarm clocks that sound like bird singing. I actually quite like that one. You can also use a chill radio, increasing volume gradually when you wake up. Or as another option, if you go to bed at the same time, you will start waking up at the same time. I used to be single and chose furniture and location by myself, but now that I'm in a relationship, I want to make sure that my partner also is involved with making decisions on what we're going to buy for the house and how it's going to look like. You don't have to decorate the whole house based on your own opinion. You can jointly work together with someone else and use their ideas to create your home so everyone feels like it's their place. But you can also use some of those concepts to use a particular area of a place that you call your own. If it's your study or maybe some area for relaxation, you can bring your own style to it with the memorabilia and everything else that we discussed earlier. And if you create a sanctuary but you don't look after itself, similar to old abandoned houses and homes, it will start looking less inviting. It's important that you have a way to organize your cables or equipment or clothes in some way that is easy to remember where it is. This way, it's unlikely you're going to be spending a lot of time looking for it, but also you can hide it away. And small touches of comfort matter. Using things like throws or cushions or candles put in different places will definitely add to the atmosphere and make your place like home. Now, how do you put it all together? This journey took me a few years and I'm still learning, so I don't expect you to get the whole concept from one video and implement it in a week time. My suggestion is to do a little audit. How you doing right now? If your home is in the right place but maybe you need to upgrade your furniture, start there. If you already have furniture but you feel like your place is a little bit cluttered, maybe you can do some optimization, put furniture in different corners and rearrange it. If your home walls look a bit bare, it's time to look for some wall art. Think of what you want to put in your walls first, the sizes, and play with the idea, and then start looking for suitable options from your budget to where you can get it from. And if your budget is limited, perhaps just grab one area of your house and start changing that. Now, don't forget that your house does not have to look exactly the same throughout. Maybe one area is a bit more mountain foresty and you have more green colors there. Your office may be a little bit more industrial because that's where you like to work and this is what you associate with hard effort. In summary, look at the foundations first, the location of a house, the color scheme you want to go for, furniture, and then start adding some personal touches, some memorabilia, souvenirs from your trips, throws, cushions. Optimize your house as much as possible and start small. Pick the area that's easiest to tackle. Use some online resources for style guides, and that will get you on the right path. I hope you enjoyed this video and please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.